بعد أكثر من 15 سنة قررت أعتزل اليوغا وأبطل أدربها. اللي فترة عم بأجل بهذا الفيديو لأنه كنت أحكي زي ما كثير ناس رح تحكي هلأ النوال مش لهالدرجة ومبالغ بالموضوع. ممكن شوي طويل يكون الفيديو بس استنوا عشان أحاول أوصل فكرتي. أنا فرح القدسي، عندي ناماستي زون يوغا سكول، مدربة يوغا وبدرب تيتشر تريننج كورسز. دربت أكثر من 150 مدربة، هلأ عم بيعطوا يوغا بأكثر من محل، فمش من مصلحتي أحكي الإشي اللي أنا رح أحكيه، بس بحس واجب لازم أحكيه. معظم دورات اليوغا اللي أخذتها كانت بالهند، درست من عند أكثر من أستاذ وأكثر من يوغا تيتشر، وتعلمت أكثر من ستايل يوغا، فينياسا، هاثا، كونداليني، بريذنج، براناياما، مديتيشن. بس لما دخلت أكثر بالفلسفة وبالتاريخ تبع اليوغا وبأصل اليوغا طلع معي أشياء مهمة، عشان هيك قررت أعتزل اليوغا. أول بوينت، اليوغا مش رياضة، وبنعرف هذا الاشي كيوغا تيتشرز. اول اشي بدرسونا اياه انه هي مش رياضة، هي فيها spirituality، فيها breathing، هي اليونيون والcombination of body mind and soul. واكبر دليل على انها مش رياضة، معظم الناس اللي بيحضروا يوغا كلاسز بيطلع عندهم اصابات، لانه بالتيتشر تريننج كورسز ما في تركيز كفاية على الاناتومي، لانه مش هدفهم الرياضة ومش هدفهم تنعمل الحركات بطريقة ما تأذينا. تاني نقطة، اليوغا هي ديانة. نعم، هي ديانة وثنية قديمة جدا جدا، وأول إشي بدرسونا إياه بالتيتشر تريننج كورسز it's not a religion، بس هي ديانة وثنية قديمة. والدليل على هذا الإشي إنه معظم أسماء الآساناز هي dedication أو تواصل لسيجز أو أشخاص حكيمين أو آلهة معينة، زي مثلا مارتشاسانا، كوندنياسانا. الترانزليشن لهذا البوز بالإنجليش اسمه pose dedicated to sage Marchi، يعني البوز اللي we dedicated لهذا السيج. أو مثلا هانوماسانا سبليتس، هانومان هو دايتي، هو آلهة. ممكن تحكوا إنه أنا بس بعمل يوغا عشان stretching flexibility والحركات، صح، بس لازم وحلو نعرف إيش أصل هاي الحركات وإيش أسمائها وإيش معناها.
You can better swim or play tennis or something, believe me. Because yoga is not an exercise like that, it's a very subtle practice. If you're doing it as an exercise, you may feel stretched and flexible, whatever, but that's not the purpose.
Union. The goal of the Hindu is to be yoked with Brahman. Brahman is the Hindu concept of God, the all or the absolute.
We teach for people who live in family situations. There is a certain other type of yoga we teach for ascetics. In Isha we have both the forms. We have ascetic yoga and we have the general yoga. We will never teach you the ascetic form. That is the most potent way to do it. But it will demand a certain dimension of discipline and focus which your regular lives will not allow.
Told is yoga cannot be separated from Hinduism. Yoga is ritual. This is one of the important revolution statement I am making. Anybody who says yoga is spiritual, they are thieves, trying to steal yoga from Hinduism and sell it, market it, package it to the modern mind.
It is not an exercise or a process for creating health. It is about attaining to a dimension beyond all dimensions. It is about a system and a method to use your own existing system as a ladder to…
Is just about this, transforming yourself from being just a piece of creation to the Creator Himself. This is…
yoking to the Hindu gods, yes.
Is it true that when you do this stretching, it is considered by Hindu gods as worship to them?
Yeah, let me at least first explain. It's not stretching.
What is it?
It takes stretching, and you need to stretch your muscles to do those poses. But more importantly, it is a spiritual practice that was set up 2,000-3,000 years ago in the Upanishads, which is like the Hinduistic teachings and wisdom and spiritual. It was set up so that every Hindu could actually go into a position that would evoke or open the door to that demon that would be assigned for, or that god for that actual yoking. So it's like a spiritual practice, and it's and Kali and Vishnu. They're not yoking.
Okay, when you
together.
say yoking, what do you mean by
Yoke, I'm connecting to that god. And every one of those positions is designed for evoking a different type of Hindu god into their life to affect them, or to. Another thing that happens in certain breathings, they're not just breathing right. There are certain meditational, Eastern meditational breathing exercises that are involved in yoga that will actually activate a thing called the Kundalini spirit, which is at the base of someone's spine. And it is an interesting thing with yoga, because there's so many, not just Christians, but I need to bring you back to the secret meetings. One of the things that came out of the meeting as well, especially with spiritual leaders that we were involved with, one of our aims was to bring in a one-world religion. So in order to bring in a one-world religion, we needed to bring down other religions or neutralize them. So
I know young white women, even older white women of a certain age, they love yoga, but no bueno.
No. In fact, a couple minutes ago when you said, speaking of people that insult their audience, I thought that's how you were introducing me, because this insults my audience more than any other topic. And it's really amongst Christians that I get the most backlash from. And I have found that it is because, honestly, I'm just going to come right out and say it's because yoga is the practice that invokes the most demons. So when you're practicing yoga constantly, you are entirely demonized. And so not only is your flesh kind of at enmity with the truth of what yoga is, but the demons are too. They don't like to hear that.
Actually demonic? Or is this just paranoia from religious Christians who are thinking way over the top about this? Well, I was a certified yoga instructor. Certified. I studied the Hindu philosophy of yoga. Yoga means to be yoked with. Not yoked to Jesus Christ, though. Yoked to Brahma, one of the gods in Hinduism. Brahma is seen as the God consciousness, and the whole objective of yoga is to merge your soul with the God consciousness. This is done by relaxation, meditation, different poses that worship the sun and the moon to align yourself with this God consciousness. Yoga is a doctrine not of God, not of the Word of God, but like the book of Timothy says, a doctrine of demons. It comes from the Veda texts of Hinduism. The ancient sages received these doctrines and they're still at work.
Oh, I'm just doing it with good intentions. It's for fun. But if you're sitting under a yoga teacher, a guru, or somebody that does traditional yoga, you're opening the door to spirits. It's like playing Ouija board and saying, oh, I don't really mean to conjure spirits. I'm doing it for fun. It's still going to conjure spirits whether you agree with it or not, or think it's okay or not. The devil doesn't care about your intentions. The yoga stances represent worship to certain Hindu gods. Now, some of you might say, well, I just want to stretch. Then go ahead and stretch. You can bend down, stretch your arms, bend them like that. I'll show you some. Bend them to the side, put your elbow behind your neck like that. You can lift your leg up, hold your knee. I mean, there's so many stretches you can do without doing the triple flaming dragon, okay? I'm making that up, but whatever names they are. The triple dog down. All these poses you do that are prayer stances of foreign gods, you can just stretch. So all you do that say, I just need to stretch a certain pose. Really? You could stretch any muscle in your body.
That should not be practiced, because yoga, by definition, the bodily positions and postures are an act of worship of Hindu gods. First and foremost, the Kundalini spirit, which is a serpent spirit within Hinduism, which they believe lives in the spine. Yoga itself is a practice to channel the energy of the Kundalini spirit. That should not be practiced by Christians. It's incompatible with Christianity. If you want to do stretches that have nothing to do with yoga or its postures. So energy crystals, right? New Age crystals, yeah, you should never.
It's relaxing to have those.
You should not have those. So that is incompatible with a Christian faith. Inanimate objects like crystals don't give energy. It's a superstition. If you're feeling energy from them, then that's a sign that something is spiritually wrong.
وصحيح الذين يتعاطونها اليوم هم لا يتعاطونها على أنها ديانة، يظنون أنها رياضة، فهم قد لا يكفرون بهذا، لكن من عرف أنها ديانة وتعامل معها على أنها ديانة وفعلها، كمن يؤمن بالتوراة والإنجيل والديانة الهندوسية والديانة البوذية وغير ذلك. هذه ديانة، عبادة، تتخذ عبادة عند من أصلها ووضعها. هذا لا يجوز، فلا يجوز العمل بها ولا يجوز أيضا إقرار هذا.